Today is a first alert weather day as I am tracking the potential for some severe storms later on today. At this point, storms look to develop as early as about 2 o'clock. That's when we'll start to see that sky begin to look a little more ominous. Not everyone going to see wet weather today, but some of those strong storms could produce 2-inch hail in diameter, as well as some strong winds up to about 60 miles per hour. So this afternoon is going to be a good day to make sure that you have a way to get some of those severe weather alerts just in case one of these storms does pop up in your neighborhood if you are out and about. Now, the risk that we're under today, it's a slight risk. So that means isolated to scattered severe storms are expected. So we'll time it out for you. Things will be quiet to start. We'll look at a little increase in cloud cover as we move through the afternoon, and those storms developing, as I mentioned, about 1 or 2 o'clock in the high country and tracking across out into eastern Colorado through the afternoon and evening time frame. So these scattered storms do, as I mentioned, have the potential of strengthening to become severe warned, and we'll hang on to that threat a little longer out into eastern Colorado this afternoon and evening. As far as our risk for severe weather, we talked about that level 2 threat. It covers the entire I-25 corridor, the Denver metro area, and out into the eastern plains for today. Looking at our flash flooding concerns, that's another thing that we'll be watching this afternoon as the Aspen Acres burn scar area remains under a flash flood watch for another day, just with the potential to see some of that heavier rain. As far as high temperatures are concerned, on your Wednesday, we're looking at temperatures getting into the mid-80s, which is right around where we should be for this time of year. So really pretty comfortable in that department. Mid-80s out into the eastern plains, creeping toward the 90s for southeastern Colorado. Out west, we will expect some more 90s going into our afternoon. Tonight, those storms will clear up early on, and then we'll trend toward partly cloudy sky. Overnight lows getting into the upper 50s, low 60s for the Denver area. And by tomorrow, the heat builds back into the forecast. We'll see a nice sunny start to the day, but more afternoon storm chances will develop as well. Now, tomorrow's storm's a little more isolated, so not expecting as many storms as we move into Thursday. You'll notice at around 12 or 1 o'clock, those storms moving into the mountains, and then they'll continue to track east as we go through our day tomorrow. There is the possibility in the eastern plains, northeastern corner of the state, that we could see some of these storms produce some severe conditions, some gusty wind, as well as some hail. So that'll be something to watch for Thursday. Then moving into Friday, things get a little warmer. We are also looking a little drier, 94 on Friday afternoon, staying in the 90s by Saturday. And then going into Sunday, we start to cool down a little bit. We'll have a few more scattered storms on Sunday. And going into next week, which brings us into the beginning of September, things start to trend a little cooler with our highs staying in the 80s.